everybody! Here we are. We're getting ready to continue the trial. Oh, that's why the light looks weird. Okay, that's much better. I had the lamp on my desk on and I couldn't figure out why it looked so yellow. It's because I had the lamp on. Okay. Hi. We're going to continue the trial. So last time we did the first half of the trial and we had... Who did we have as a witness? Old Bag and Gumshoe. And now we're going to have Adriana Andrews. We're on a recess right now. So I don't know what's going to happen. You can see, and then we're going to question Adriana Andrews. Not me playing the new game while watching. Hi, Crazy Lou. Yes, actually, Zeffy just paused the new game so he could watch, but I totally get it. Play the new game. Go for it. I was just watching him play a little bit of it. It's so pretty. Ugh, I can't wait to get to it, honestly. It looks really good. So, that's how much I love my wife. Aww. Zeffy's pretty great, y'all. You guys can thank him for getting me into this series. He's been trying to get somebody to play the Ace Attorney games for years. And finally I was like, I'll play it on stream. You know what? I'll play it on stream. Let me download it. We got all the games on the Switch. I'll play it on stream. So, you have him to thank for that. Okay. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adriana Andrews. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. I just realized how tiny his waist is down here. He's like this big. There's a slight delay. On me? Or on the game? Or on both? How's the game of what Zeffy said above me? Okay. Game audio. Let me deactivate, reactivate. Okay, let's see. Is there a delay? Now. The only person who had easy access to the knife used at dinner was, well, her. It's after the ceremony during the break, huh? Perfect. Awesome. I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button in your Hakama. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes, she's the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corrida. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She had her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. I won't lie though, the first trial sure is lengthy. I'm not done with it yet. Yeah, Zeffy just started it up. He's played like only 5 minutes, so. Hello! I'm probably going to be slightly lurking tonight because I want to get this bisexual flag done because I picked up the purple yarn for today. No problem, we love lurking. Lurking is totally fine. I need to do, my friend actually has like a lurk command and it gives like a little emoji and says your name when you lurk. So, that'd be fun to have in this one. I gotta set up some more commands. I gotta like clean this up a little bit. I set stuff up and then I realize how, like, sometimes I realize it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a lot of work. I didn't realize streaming was gonna be so hard when I first started. It'll be alright. I will get you acquitted by the end of the day. Give me a verdict that's refreshing like a spring breeze. Okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Phoenix. I can't, guys. I can't. You think her motive? Wait for 5 minutes and Lady Unar starts streaming. Basically. I can't handle her. You think her motive is related to Celeste Impax's missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impax and her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impax suddenly killed herself. Sounds like she left a suicide note, and the person thought who hid in it is Juan Corrida, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corrida, all to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impact's? It was Edgeworth. I think he's helping us. I really do. I do hope he's helping us. But Mia here doesn't seem to trust. Looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. I'm trusting. Pearl Mia's original sprite literally had her covered in... I know! Zeffy sent that to the Discord last time. I can't. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Like, come on. She's 9. Is she 9? I keep saying 9, and I realize I don't know that for a fact. She's 8. Okay, worse. She's 8. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court, Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Cordo's room. There she is with that card. That card's important, y'all. I know it is. Because Maya found the same one when she unlocked the door. So, what's going on? I think there's more to all this. I still think the guitar is more important than we're being led to believe. What is your occupation? I'm the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ungard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honor, I have one request. Yeah, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing, and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. No, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland. So you're going to finish this game and then go to Gracie and Attorney, or finish the trilogy, or whatever the fuck you want. I'm trying to play them sort of like in order, so I'm going to do the trilogy, and then I'll probably do the other trilogy after that. What is it? With the boy with Apollo Justice. I'll do the Apollo Justice, and then the Investigations, and then Great Ace Attorney, or something like that. I don't know what order. I haven't decided yet, but I'm gonna finish the trilogy before I do anything. Trilogy, and then moving on. So, I haven't decided yet. I might do Investigations next, just because he plays Miles. I love him. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relationship to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Coretta. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan, but this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was it bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder had taken place. Okay. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room. The next trilogy is Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, and Spirit of Justice. Unofficial trilogy. Oh, I thought it was an actual trilogy, like, set. But yeah, either way, I'm playing those 3 next. It's either those 3 or Investigations next, but either way, it's gonna be like 2 Investigations or the 3 trilogy. Like, I'm not gonna play them in a weird way. I'm gonna try and like keep them chunked by like series. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in the crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. What? What? You poured yourself a glass of juice? I'm with the judge here. What? Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. It's kind of the Apollo trilogy, but Capcom never refers to it as any official trilogy. Huh. I don't think Investigations has an official order, it just has references to other games. Yeah, I mean, Zeffy will guide me in the most direct path. I trust him. But either way, he said I could kind of do one or the other next, so I don't know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to see what's easier to get my hands on, which it seems to be the Apollo trilogy. So, that's probably what I'm going to do. Leighton versus Wright. I'm not playing Leighton versus Wright. That's the hardest one to get my hands on to a stream because I don't have a 3DS capture card. Best crossover of all time. So I know I haven't played the game, but I watched Zeffy play the game, and he enjoyed the game until the very last case, and he hated everything the last case is. I know the entire last case because I watched him play it, and I know that it just ruins the whole rest of the game. So and that's when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honor. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least suspects it. The instant you let up your offense is the instant this trial is over. Understand? I'm so glad. One thing, okay, I keep talking about how I'm like, Pearl Mia, I don't like this. I love that Mia is still a character and that she still comes around. Because I really liked her and all that, so. Oh goodness. You need to watch Turnabout Storm. It's a My Little Pony Phoenix Wright crossover. It sounds stupid, but it's so damn good. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. Not even like, oh, I'm not a fan of My Little Pony. I know absolutely nothing about, like, the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, like, that whole series. Like, I know absolutely nothing about My Little Pony, except, Rainbow Dash is the blue one with the rainbow hair, and Twilight Sparkle is the purple emo one. That's all I know. My Little Pony, to me, is the toys from, like, 2005. Like, the real chunky, ugly-looking pony dolls that came with cute little toys and stuff with them and had little pictures on their butts. That's My Little Pony to me. I know absolutely nothing about the TV show. Like, at all. Like, quite literally. So, I'll check it out, but I don't know how much it's gonna do for me because I know nothing. I somehow managed to avoid My Little Pony. And I'm the girl who watches, like, kid shows all the time. So, like, I don't know how I'd never watch that one. Okay. Let's save real quick. Hold it! It's 5 parts. Okay. I'll look at it. Like I said, it's at least an hour long. Like I said, not knocking it. I'll totally give it a chance, but, like, I know nothing about My Little Pony, so I don't know how much, like, I'm gonna get from it, but yeah. What was Mr. Ongard doing at the time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from... I love MLP. Rainbow Dash is the best. I'll still wear a Rainbow Dash belt. That's cute. Like I said, I'm not knocking it or, like, denying that it's probably good. I just have, I kid you not, managed to, like, completely avoid My Little Pony. Like, not even, like, seeing the bronies that everyone talks about. Like, I've almost quite literally completely avoided it. I've seen a couple, like, fan art of these characters as My Little Ponies. But, like, that's really it. I know at one point, like, the ponies become girls or something, and, like, everyone went wild for that. And, like, I hear about people that talk about, you know, oh, people draw porn and people want to fuck the ponies, but I wouldn't know. I, like, somehow managed to completely avoid My Little Pony this whole time. I love Igloo, if you like this MLP, definitely check out Turnabout Storm. I own Equestria Girls on DVD. Genuinely feels like a real case. I mean, like I said, I'm totally down to check it out, but I'll have to check it out later after this. Or if you have, like, a link or whatever, Crazy Lou, you can put it in the Discord. Just put it in general, and I'll check it out later. He was worn out from his mini performance as the Nickel Samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Ongard did say he was taking a nap. I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes? Excuse me? It? What are you... Right. I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence with a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Onguard's knife from his room? Should I ping you, or should I just specify? Oh no, just, you don't have to ping, just put it in general. I check, dude, there's like 6 people in the Discord. I will see it, don't worry. Just stick it in general and I'll watch it. No. Subject, verb, object, right? Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. Damn it. Edgeworth is messing up our test there.
Hold it!
And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show about friendship, huh? Let's press. Let's keep pressing. Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon, what are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim? Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at the time. Can't get her to talk without a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when you got to his room? What evidence do we have that would, like, help us in this right now? I mean, these two, of course.
Hold it!
You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Sandra is a very calculating person. Despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corita. Anyone randomly standing upon a dead body would be in shock. You can't seriously expect a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see.
Hold it!
This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. The guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness?
Hold it!
Juice? Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lip marks left on this wine glass to suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corita, you were in great shock, and that's when you poured yourself a glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. I just posted it. Only watch it if you have a good memory or a lot of free time. Oh yeah, I'll totally do that later. Probably tomorrow. I have tons of free time in the morning, so. Like a lot of free time. Good to know. Your mind was a complete blank? I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. They call me a weeb. Hi, Meme Time 69. Welcome to the stream. What one thing? Was it true? Maybe. Oh. I accidentally hit. What was she starting to say just now? Press further. Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry, it's just kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? It's mess of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser, but when I bumped it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry, I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply just assume the vase was another part of the mess. Looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this, and add anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. Sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else.
Hold it!
Okay. You need around 8:30 of free time? Wow, that's long. That's a lot. That might take me a little while, but I'll get to it, don't worry. probably watch part of it tomorrow in the morning and part of it at night. What kind of flower vase was it? It was a glass vase and was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse, so I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser. That's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Mia, are you reading my mind? I think Mia can read minds. Because, like, Phoenix will think something to himself, and then Mia will respond to it. But it's in Phoenix's thinking. It's not him saying anything. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. Hey, she's a spirit. Cut her some slack. I mean, fair. Have to find something. I just have to, for Maya's sake. Okay. Let's see what we have. Ooh, I just found a contradiction. I just found a contradiction. Okay. She says here, the scene was the same as in the crime scene photo, that the guitar case was already opened. But she also says she knocked the vase over. The guitar case is only wet on the outside. If it was already open, she couldn't have knocked the vase over to get it wet on the inside. That means the case had to have been closed. I just gotta figure out when I need to present the guitar case. Okay. Probably right here, where she says it. Okay. I'm smart! I hope this is right, y'all. I'm gonna feel so dumb if I present this and it's like, what the fuck, Phoenix, you're an idiot. She says she found a contradiction with her index feature. She has learned the ways of the attorney. Yes! I'm a smart noodle. Okay, let's just hope, let's hope this works and Phoenix doesn't say some dumb shit. Okay. Let's see if the music stops.
Objection!
You testified you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell into the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem. It's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell into the guitar case. However, if that's true, then the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. I'm a smart noodle, guys. That's very true. Yeah, the side effects of playing this game is that you find yourself doing the physical mannerisms of characters in real life subconsciously. I mean, I do that anyway. And saying hold it a lot. Yeah, you do say hold it a lot. And you always go, hold it! And like, you make a big deal out of saying it. Furthermore, there's one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what's wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shard should be inside, not outside the case. Worst objections to theme, and it still bops. Dude, all the music in this game bops, to be honest. Dude, I didn't even hate some of the, some of the circus music was a little much, but like, I didn't even hate that. Like, honestly, I dig all the music.
Objection!
What is your point, Wright? That the case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over? Is that all? No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be, however. The empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? Okay, I'm gonna save. This objection theme is pretty good. Okay. Let's see. It seems that there's no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details? I'm gonna pretend I know what songs you guys are talking about over there. I don't know what's the right choice here. I personally think that the guitar case is important. I don't quite know exactly how. I honestly think the note is hidden in the guitar case or the guitar. That's what I think. But I'm trying to figure out how important the case is right this minute. Because if I say the wrong thing now, and it's not important until later, then I'm just gonna check the empty guitar case. It was a crucial piece of the puzzle. Can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. Can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honor. Okay. I really do think, like, the guitar case is so obviously important. I just don't quite know how the puzzle pieces fit together yet. I think the note was or is hidden inside the guitar or the guitar case. And that's why the case is important, and that's why it's important that the guitar wasn't there. But I still don't know. That's just a theory. A game theory! Personally, they're the same ranking. All Investigation Pursuit themes are God. So, we are all fans of Phoenix Wright, and the only two games we don't know are Great Ace Attorney. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. Suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. So why I opened the case, even I don't know. Of course you're gonna say some bullshit like, this looks like it really wasn't a very important point. Its wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using anyway to change the topic. A convenient escape for a weak man. Oh, I love him. He's so bad.
Hold it!
During your testimony just now, I never played Prosecutor's Path, Greatest Attorney 1 and 2, or Turnabout Time Traveler. Other than that, I've played every game. I've played these first two games. I'm gonna play pretty much all the games, or at least all like the main games. But yeah, this is all I've played. During testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see. Are you sure you're the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrews? Yes, it was me. So you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Curtis' dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open the guitar case. As the witness said multiple times when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? I'm telling you. But getting back on topic. I'm telling you the note is in the guitar. That's my theory. This is my running theory. I hope I'm gonna be wrong. But right now, this is my theory and I'm sticking to it. The note is in the guitar.
Hold it!
Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found in the studio. Trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. I bought it but never played it. My 3DS deleted all my save data like the day after I finished Spirit Adjusted, so I'd have to replay the game to unlock the DLC, and I didn't feel like double marathoning the game. I'm gonna get around to it soon, though.
Hold it!
Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make her talk is with evidence. Guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. Sure, a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. I mean... I just gotta figure out when to present it, but the proof is the guitar case. Bears Corrida's fingerprints. It doesn't have anyone else's fingerprints, so... it's just the guitar case itself. I just gotta figure out when to present it, though. Probably right here. I don't know. Because somebody, clearly somebody opened the case. Well, if she was in a samurai suit, she would have been wearing the gloves, so it wouldn't have mattered. There wouldn't have been fingerprints anyway. But yeah, if she opened the case, there would be her fingerprints. Her fingerprints aren't on it. That's at least my current theory. I don't really know what else. That's kind of the only thing I got. Check the murder scene again just to double check. See, it was open, but it only got one on the outside, which means it was open after the vase fell. And someone opened it looking for the guitar. I'm telling you, this guitar is important. Okay, let's see if this is it. My bad, guys. This is my best guess. Sorry, y'all. I'm a little tired. I tried to take a nap before stream, but I didn't work out so well.
Objection!
Okay. Music stopped. There's no way you're the one who opened the guitar case. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Because the only fingerprints on the guitar case are the victim. Ah. So, unless you were wearing gloves, my dear... What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? That'd be a lie because you left prints on the glass. Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It's the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I was almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems... Fuck you, Andrews. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Why is that strange? Do you have something to prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Yes. The glass of juice that you left fingerprints on. I have your proof right here, this wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Ah. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Oh, her glasses broke! Guys, we got her on the ropes. We got this. Order, order, order. Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe the guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty, though. But the guitar, the bright red guitar, was the studio. Phoenix, drop all your presumptions. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was the bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. I admit, it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves, despite the fact that... Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated tactic, led us all into his misguided. No, Your Honor, please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. However, it is wide open this photo of the crime scene. I'm sure this guitar case has some relation to
Objection!
it. If you are so sure, right? Then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please, enlighten us as to why the guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. I'm telling you, the note was in it. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second. The Wright guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The Wright guitar not being the only thing.
Objection!
You don't mean... So, you intend to push your theory this case was not empty, is that it, right? I wouldn't say something I didn't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? Fuck. What was inside the case at the time of the murder? I didn't expect to be asked all of a sudden. Okay. Okay, I think it's the note, which means I would present this. That's my theory. That's my... Okay, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. Old bag had that. It's not that. That's map. The case is what we're talking about. It's not the wine glass. Obviously, that's photo of the crime scene, not the button. Not the autopsy report, not the knife. Okay. Okay.
Take that!
Please be right. Why would something like that be inside the guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright? Why? Well, I just thought it might have been fuck. I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be? Yes, and never bring it out again. Fuck. Okay. Can a foolish fool get some... Can't a foolishly foolish fool get some love? Do you still think you can prove your theory? Can you prove that the guitar case was not empty at the time of the murder? Okay. I wouldn't say something I didn't think to prove. Okay. Well, then maybe the camera. That'd be the only other thing I could think. I mean, I don't know what would be in there. I don't know. Fuck. And great Ace Attorney you can save while presenting evidence. Sucks to suck, Tara. Damn! I can't wait to get there. I need a... I don't know what would be in... That was my theory, y'all. That was my long-running theory. Camera would be my only other guess. I don't know what the fuck would be in the guitar case. That was my only, that was my only guess. Wait, go to suicide report? Was her suicide note hidden? That's all it says. I don't have anything that, like, is a note. I did present it. Is that not what I presented? Did I present the wrong thing? I'm pretty sure this is what I presented. This is what I was trying to present.
Take that!
Yeah, that's not it. See? That's what I presented. I don't mind wasting a life. I did save. I saved. Don't worry. I saved. I can even revert my save. I had saved right there, but it's fine. I don't know what would be in the case. If not, the suicide note, because that was my only theory. I'm gonna guess the camera. The camera's my only other, like... No, because we got the camera from Old Bag. But unless Old Bag... I don't know what was in the case, guys. I thought I had it all figured out. I think Maya's Magatama was in the case. That's what I think. Bag had the camera, like the photo. Let me know if you want a hint. Oh, this photo? You think this photo was in the case? But that wouldn't make any sense. Check this photo. This doesn't give me anything. No, Lotta's photo. Okay. This isn't giving me any help. Maybe I'm blind, but I don't. This is supposed to help me in some way. It's not helping me. I'll take a hint, Zeffy. Didn't Andrews dress up as Nickel Samurai? We haven't confirmed that. That's what we're trying to do right now. That's why she's on the stand. We're saying she did it. We're trying to figure out. What I'm trying to present right now is what was in the guitar case when she opened it. Why it was being opened. And what was in the guitar case. That's probably what was inside. But we got that photo from Lotta's camera, and Lotta's camera we got from Old Bag. That's why I'm confused. Is this one where I have to present a profile? Like, that wouldn't make any sense, but... What's something you would need to put in a case that's too big to put in something else? What's something that you would need to put in a case that's too big to put in something else? Huh? Huh? That makes no sense to me. Oh, the poster? I'm still confused, guys. The poster fits the hint. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know what's too big that goes in a case. I have smooth brain. I mean, my only guess, like, I would be thinking the camera if it wasn't that. I'd be thinking the camera if it wasn't for the fact that we got the camera from Old Bag. What else goes in a case? It's too big to fit in anything else. I mean, poster's the only thing I can think of. That's a photo, that's a knife. That's the autopsy report. This didn't help, so this isn't gonna help. That's the button from his thing. That's the photo. That's a wine glass. That's the case itself. That's a map. Magazine clipping. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna go with the poster because it's the only thing I can think. Realistically, what else would be in there that's reasonable? That's what I'm thinking. Like, I really did think I had something going with, like, the suicide note. And I still think I'm still on that. I'm not gonna give up on that. Yeah, because none of this says anything. Pearl was in the guitar case. She could probably fit. When I was a kid, I used to curl up in my dad's guitar case all the time. I don't know.
Take that!
Poop. Hi, Mandalore. That was it? Okay. Yes, but what's important is what's in the picture, Your Honor. In the picture? It doesn't take a genius to, what I mean. What I'm proposing is, inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. The costume was in there? What? I'm so confused, y'all. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, please. Are you saying the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? What insane point would there be to do something like that? An insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Do you have anything to support such preposterous ideas? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Okay, well. Why was the Looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. The real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai costume would have been at On Guard's. Why would something of the defendant be in the victim's room, and inside the guitar case of all places? True, that is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. I would too, Phoenix! I want to know how the costume got in his room. What was the Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? I'm gonna go with spare costume. That's my best guess. Because On Guard was wearing it. On Guard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we're talking about was a spare one. What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel? Yes, that is what I'm saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? It would mean the victim himself had brought the spare to the ceremony on purpose. But why? I know why. Y'all. Nickel Samurai was gonna confess something. Oh, he was gonna dress up like the Nickel Samurai. It wasn't On Guard that was gonna do the press conference. It was Kurita. Oh, bro. Victim Mr. Kurita was the Jammin' Ninja. Why would he secretly bring a Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could the reason be behind such a peculiar act? And therein lies the sticking point. What was he gonna confess as the Nickel Samurai? What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? Huh? No, Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. What a suicide note is what they're gonna read. Bitch, you probably right. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume? As she looks like he hasn't slept in days, I know, right? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer. Then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was...
Take that!
What is this? On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. Heard about that as well. For once, you're not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. On Guard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference at night. Yes, that's Pearl Faye, who's currently channeling Mia. Maya is currently kidnapped. I had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference at night. Now, how can that be? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was a setup. By none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Kurita himself. The victim? Yes, the spare Nickel Samurai costume was to prepare for that very conference. Mr. Kurita was going to hold a press conference as the Nickel Samurai. He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference, but why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, I'm concerned right now is what he intended to reveal at the conference. The nickel samurai was going to confess something. By confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Curto, posing as the nickel samurai, was going to speak about Matt on guard. Yes, I guess that's what it would mean. But if that's the case, that's not a confession, that's public disclosure. Miss Andrews, I can see why you are pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. She's just straight up admitting it, okay? Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. You? Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year. And if he had lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. He's going to ruin him? It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. What? And do you know what the secret of Mr. Onguard's is, Miss Andrews? That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. Ah, I see. I've probably been coming off as quite suspicious to everyone. That's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Protect Mr. Onguard? And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior. Yes, Your Honor, I understand. Whew. Okay. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him. Bitch, you just gonna throw him under the bus? Does account for everything. Well, I am the logical type. Finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit. The defense can find no fault with this testimony. I'm ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything has swung the opposite end of the scale again. Yes, Phoenix, we never get any good luck. It just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down.
Hold it!
Would you say that it was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally decisive evidence. If you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school. At least not from what I remember. May I continue now? Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. Why do you say that? So would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event in the hotel for the conference? Because that's when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt on guard. And you knew this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews? Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But I'm sure Mr. Onguard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Anyway, the important thing here is that this information is not in your testimony. Agree. Please correct your testimony. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove it. Had Mr. Onguard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Curto with his press conference, and that event is supposed to bring down Mr. Onguard, yet you still helped him out.
Objection!
Person on trial right now is Mr. Onguard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, that means the defendant had a motive to kill. This witness should be held in contempt. Why is she asking you shit? You want to talk about being held in contempt? Dude, there's a woman who whips you. The other prosecutor whips you. We're just lucky she got shot. Why do I keep doing this to myself? Oh, you need to go back and watch some VODs, Mandalore. Franziska von Karma, Freddy's new waifu, literally has a whip and whips you in court when she's mad at you. She currently is in the hospital because she got shot. She's alive, but she's in the hospital.
Hold it!
Of course, Freddy loves her. Yep. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ungard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Ungard? Not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. Keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people in this courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy.
Hold it!
You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could be a very clever camouflage. Then what about the button? Button? It's clear from the crime scene the victim and the murderer fought. During the fight, the killer ripped off the button from the Janja Ninja costume. Talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama, isn't that correct? I think it makes very decisive evidence. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. Can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes. For Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Hold it!
Then how do you know that? When the ends of the threads of the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. Or so I heard. Heard that before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such fine detail? Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared and you are not. And I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what?
Hold it!
But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time.
Objection!
Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed anything about Mr. Ungard any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Kurita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Ungard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright wax philosophical power hour. And please, stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now, but you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk. Got it, Chief. I'm going to pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. I'll pin her down. There, that's a little better. Wait, check the suicide report. I gotta see something. Okay, give me 1 second. It says, deceased, Celeste impacts, found, Juan Kurita. Was her suicide note hidden? And as we were told when given this information, there was proof that she wrote a suicide note, but it was never found at the scene of her death. Don't bonk me. Look, someone's got to fill the horny void when Freddy's not here. The suicide note was hidden. Did Juan hide it for like a trump card? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's something in there that either says something negative about Juan or negative about Andrew. Like, clearly there's something in there that Juan didn't want anyone to see, so he hid the note. But I don't know what that information was. Oh, we're filling voids now. I'll fill their horny quota. Put Mia back on screen for me. Yeah, you guys are awful, all of you. There she is. You can look at Mia. There you go. I'm trying to think right now. That shows motive for Juan, but not Andrews, unless she's hiding something about Celeste. Yeah, well, it shows motive for her to kill him if he, like, if they got into a fight about the suicide note. If she knew he had it and he's specifically hiding it from her or something like that, but I don't know. I don't have any like specific stuff. Yeah, but only if she knew. She did. Celeste was her mentor. Celeste was her mentor. Yeah, I got gay sleeves. Celeste was Andrew's mentor and Kuroda's manager. Killed herself 2 years ago. Mentor being another word for girlfriend. I love it. Yes. That's what I'm saying, is that that's why I've been trying to prove where the suicide note is, because it gives Andrews a motive for wanting the suicide note. Historians look back on it. They were mentor and teacher. Let's just say that Celeste taught her some things. We're all feeling the horny void tonight, huh, y'all? Okay. Okay, let's see what evidence we have, though. I need to go back through her testimony, because I say Celeste got some creamy ice cream. Okay. I saw the crime scene. I had the feeling Matt was the murderer. I mean, Adrian tried to kill herself because Celeste died. You do the math. For real. Like, no joke. My ex tried to kill herself after I broke up with her. Like, gay. I scream, you scream, we all scream for Celeste's ice cream. She's not that hot, though. Like, I prefer Andrews. Like, I don't know. Maybe some people. Take away the S's from Scream. Oh yeah, this is Von Karma. Mandalore. Francisco Von Karma. Back on topic. I know, right? Let's get back on topic. So from the moment I saw the crime scene, the man's a fancy man. I had a feeling Matt was the murderer. Okay. She has one hell of a motive for Juan and Matt dead, right? I don't really know Matt, but... Because as far as we know, Celeste wasn't connected to Matt. Celeste was only Juan's manager. But yeah. A 13-year-old prosecutor. Yeah, she was a prosecutor starting at 13, and now she's currently 18. So she's old enough to lose. Andrew's helping sabotage Matt. That's true. Yeah. She's the whip lady? Yeah, she's the whip lady. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Is that the first villain's kid? Yeah. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder, but was torn off during his fight. Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him. The fact the dude had a kid worries me. I'm thinking the motive for the statement, the suicide report. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Posted up that bisexual flag in the Discord. I just need to put a border on it. My black yard is missing. Ooh, I want to see how it turned out. Let me see this. Let's see. It looks pretty good. It'll definitely look really good with the black border. That the blue will pop a little more. Love it. Avant van. To check it out too. Go to Autopsy Report. Let's check Autopsy Report. Strangled with a scarf and then stabbed with a knife. Everybody's so young, but like functional career people. Yeah, you want to see everyone's ages? Okay, 18. Well, Pearl's 8. 31, 18, 25. Phoenix is also 25. 24, he's a TV show star. 23, she's a tabloid photographer. 21, TV star. 21, TV star. We don't know her age. 23, TV manager. And she's dead. Yeah, the scarf. She's not mentioned in the scarf. Is that what you're pointing out? I think, do like the same 5 people get drawn into all these cases? No, this is just a weird, like, throwback. No, it's not the scarf? Okay. Well, I was wondering about the scarf. Personally. That's how he was killed? Because he was killed with the scarf first, but we haven't really talked about the scarf at all. If he was strangled with the scarf, how was their fight? Well, if he was being strangled, he'd be flailing like this, trying to stop whoever's strangling him. So he'd, like, probably swung his arms around and knock stuff over. It's not uncommon. But how would the button get ripped off? That is true. Like, I've been wondering about that myself. It got ripped off, and then he was stabbed. Clearly. So why is there blood on the button? But I don't know if that's the piece that's, like, what the point to bring up right now. But that is a little confusing. It's like, okay, how is there blood on the button? I'm like 30%, but I think we should try it. I don't know. I'm trying to see.
Hold it!
How do you know that? Expect your package either tomorrow or Thursday. It's already in South Carolina. That's awesome. Can't wait. No, it wouldn't be splatter because the button was found in his, like, stuck to his pants later. So if he stabbed the dude in the chest, like if he ripped the button off during the fight, okay, and then later he stabs the dude in the chest, button is gone, it's in his pants. So they got a package for you. Shut up, Mandalore. I ordered something from this man. Wait, wasn't the stab after death? Yes. Don't look at me just because I'm prepared and you're not. Something to trip her off on. It has to be here, but where and what? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, but like that hasn't come up at any point, and I don't feel like it's the time to bring it up now. But I don't know. Yeah, because look. Strangled with a scarf and then stabbed with a knife. And I think they stated that the stab was after he was dead. Oh, it can't be during the fight because the button has blood on the front. That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that one of those makes no sense. They've been telling us that the button came off, and then he was stabbed. Like, I think they've said that before. But, I don't know, maybe we'll try it. That might, I mean, it's better than anything I've got. Fuck it and try autopsy. I don't know, man. Mia has no really hints for me. Just tell me to pin Andrews. Horny quota, right? That wasn't it. Yeah. Okay. would do autopsy, not button. Well, I already did button. But which, you think on this statement, on the button statement is when I should present the autopsy? Okay, let's... I really don't know. I don't think it's the autopsy, but I don't know. I don't think it's the autopsy report. Decisive evidence. Or at least, maybe it's the autopsy report, but not on this statement. Do it if it's right, reload, and then do it then. Press the statement again. Mr. Ungard, something hurt or betrayed you personally? Why do you ask? The one helped with the press conference, and that was supposed to bring down Ungard.
Objection!
Mr. Ungard. It's not over concern. Defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I'm gonna save so I can reload if this is wrong. I'm gonna go autopsy report, because, like, that's... Honestly, that's a better guess than I've got.
Objection!
Okay. This is the victim's autopsy report. Clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by scarf. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. The button has the victim's blood on it. Okay, so he is going to talk about this. I just had to present the autopsy report instead of the button. Okay. Trimming was ripped off the costume when? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it is impossible this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body. Order, what is the meaning? I'm not really following Phoenix. I'm not quite sure either. What's the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time to an effort to purposely rip from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Mr. Wright, does this mean... Yeah. So he's trying to prove that she took the button off to pin the crime on Ungard. Does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it? 4 HP gang, I know, right? To pin the crime. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Ungard. This is still an insane stretch. Dude, this game is about insane stretches. Let's just hope Phoenix did some yoga before stretching like that. There's no way anyone would put a bloodied button down their own pants. That's right, Mr. Ungard was set up by the real killer, of course. And the real murderer is? Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? He got all this from a damn button. Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. Ungard is... I mean, it's Andrews, right? Like... Right? Now he's stressing me out, making me pick. Like, didn't we pin it on Andrews last week? I think the right answer is Andrews. For some reason, I don't think it's actually Andrews. I think, I mean, I have to agree with you.
Take that!
Miss Adrian Andrews, I choose you. You are Mr. Caritta's killer. What? Order, order, order. Mr. Wright, this is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge? I've given you fucked loads of evidence this whole time. She's the one who would have had access. She knew the costume was in there. She's done all this shit. Like, she has every reason to pin it on Guard. Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. Something about her still makes me think it's not her, though. I'm just saying, like, if we're pinning it on her right now, we've given a lot of reason for it to be her. How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he'd already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicious onto Mr. Unguard, naturally. Knife covered with the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. First person we accuse usually isn't it, though. Yeah, but we're technically... So, I know... So, we're supposed to, in the story, get an acquittal today. 1 day trial. We have 1 day, otherwise we can't get Maya back. I know this case. I have already been told, on accident, that this case is a 2-day chase. So, I don't think it's Andrews either. But, for the story, we're pinning it on her right now, because we have to get an acquittal today. Otherwise, we don't get Maya back. Knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints can only be taken from his room. The only one who had dinner with him knew which knife to take was you. Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he'd already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Ungard was the real killer... Damn, 3rd pair of glasses in 20 minutes. I know. There's no way he would put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. There's another one. The only person who could have put this button onto Mr. Ungard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him up from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? Also... Great Ace Attorney makes you Japanese names. I also knew the old guy was the killer in 1-4, but that went on another day. Oh, yeah. That's true. I didn't think about that. What about the empty guitar case? That is another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. The costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was such a costume inside the guitar case? It would have only been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you. Not Andrews looking Loki sexy. I was thinking the same thing. The person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. No,
Objection!
But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. It was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. Bonk bonk, none of you are without bonk. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic day's discoverer of a dead body. To top it all off, there's this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the crime scene. No reasonable person on earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Ungard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? Please, stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? Oops. Not the button I meant to hit. That's the button I meant to hit. I've got her this time. Miss Andrews? I refuse to testify. Timid anime girls. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. You're pleading the fifth? Well, yes, you're absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. By allowing a witness not to testify, the testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back yesterday in Mr. Ungard's room. Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? I don't know what fifth is, but it was trying to ask me to allow it or not, and I'm sure why not, but I don't know what it means. Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Alright. That's it. That's when Francisco plead the fifth. Oh, I see. I don't know why it caught it as like a sexual term. Vaguely referencing an old Chappelle show skit. Oh, okay. That's when Francisco planted this idea. IDK Wyatt auto-modded that. I know, right? She must have told Miss Andrews not to testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving this to everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done? It's my boy. What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? She realized this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Critter. We got that evidence because you gave it to us. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Critter? I believe this may lead me to incriminate myself, so I will abstain from answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No, she's taken that defiant attitude again. What should we do? Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify. The defense's theory that she's the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid, definitive proof. Let me present. But that's not true. In this situation, there's only one thing the court can do. That is to declare a recess. Recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial. Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... It is impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then,
Objection!
It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you? It's true, Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination, however. The topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, and she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true, but... Actually, there's one little thing I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and? Can't help but think how unnatural it is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? I want you to keep Adrian pleading the fifth in mind for a later case. Got it. I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Edgeworth is helping us! I'm telling you guys. Look at him. What do we find in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. I don't know what this is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. He's friend! He's friend! He knows! Gumshoe totally told him about Maya, and he's helping us out. He's helping this. Court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. glass of juice. I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. So you poured the glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? Why can't you guys just let me present the fucking... I just want to say, if they would just let me present Impax's suicide, and the fact that her suicide note is missing, this would, like, help. But instead, I'm stuck sitting here, like, wonder what she's gonna say. There wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you just wait a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Ugh. Surprised when I walked in and saw it in a messy state. So it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Freda? Come on, that's a leading question. Understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness? Come on, he was sitting slumped over in the corner. Slumped over? Yes, he was sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? Oops. What did cross your mind? I thought that maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix, and then felt tired after the Rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. See, so you didn't think he was dead at all. He fainted. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first, but then the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice? Yes, he always had a hard time waking up, so Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink. I see, and after that, what happened next? Juan smashed, Juan sleepy. When I realized he was dead, that's when I noticed. And how did you come to realize he was in fact dead? I shook him over and over, but never got a response, so I set the glass down in the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backwards. Knocked the flower vase over, so that's what happened. Yes. This is what it all comes down to. Huh? It's the absolute end for both sides, and Adrienne is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? Well, he kind of had a knife sticking out. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what to present. It's probably the crime photo on one of these statements, but I gotta figure out which one. Because that would be my best piece of evidence. I gotta figure out which testimony to present on, but yeah, it's definitely the photo, because how did she not see the knife and the blood? Thank you for following DanceDenV19. Welcome to the stream. Okay, let's see. Probably this one. The thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Like, bitch, there's a knife sticking out of him.
Objection!
Yes. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Ah! What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out Mr. Corrida's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man. Well, you see, not a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go to pour something to drink. Your point is, Miss Andrews, you testified just now, it was all one giant lie. Ah! And your lie has proven one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer. Hold on. I'm gonna unwrap a Reese's cup, because I want a little snack. I'm gonna ruin my dinner. I'm having fish for dinner. What are you guys having for dinner? Oh, Zeffy, I know you're having fish. Please, Phoenix Senpai. It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Ungard, is not guilty after all. That's impossible. You're wrong. Oh, Chipotle? Or Chipotle, I should say. Chipotle. Chipotle's good. At Salisbury steak, roasted garlic mashed potatoes, and corn for dinner. I saw your picture. It looked so good. You gotta share some recipes over here, man. I love garlic mashed potatoes. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was just packaged mashed potatoes, honestly. Same. I just have, like, the flakes. But the Salisbury steak is more what I was talking about the recipe for. Yeah, I just do, like, the pre-made the potato flakes for mashed potatoes, and then just add a fuck ton of garlic salt whenever I season it. Got caught in the thunderstorm. Oh my god. The storm last night was terrifying. Encore. Oh, entree from the freezer section. You know? Fair enough. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so is that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because... So is this over? I'm trying to figure that out. Sanders, I'll give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Can I just present her motivation? There's no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Ungard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses to his or her guilt. So that's not how the fifth works. Andrews is digging her own grave. Yeah. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Pleading the fifth is an admission of guilt. Yeah, this is also a Japanese court, though. So, they say fuck you. Also, this game is like... Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ungard.
Objection!
Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. What? The reason is quite simple. Fuck you, edgy. The witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. Absolute real truth? What are you? Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted the silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Ungard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. We're about to get the verdicts we literally need. I know, Edgeworth, what the fuck? That's a lie, I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke then it would be all over. Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Francisco von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lived by gripping tightly onto the words of another. I think if Edgeworth knew, he would have hesitated, so I think he's just sus. Yeah, maybe he doesn't know. I thought maybe he knew about Maya, but maybe he just suspects that something's going on. Otherwise, we wouldn't be pushing this hard. But, yeah. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Ungard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now and is clinging onto them. Bitch, we're always pushing harder. I know. I don't know why, but we're pushing harder than normal. Like, we wouldn't let the case go to another day. Phoenix never does that. Then what should we do? It's the first time I've ever come across anything like this. Can I just present that she has motive already? Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That's my only priority. It wasn't me, I'm begging you. Please, believe me, I didn't kill Juan. Help, please, someone help me. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Only the first case of the game. Confidence. Phoenix pushes his hard. The court can't continue like this, therefore I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right, I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Phoenix, you ask for a verdict, no hesitation. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, right? Come on now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Now I'm scared. Fuck testifying. I'm asking for a verdict. No, I know. I'm scared. What's the right answer, though? What kind of man am I? One that wants to protect a friend. I'm terrified, y'all. I'm gonna pick the wrong answer. No matter what she says, Miss Andrews is the only person it could be. Damn, this is actually a lose-lose situation. I know! Not to mention, I don't have a choice. I have to win a complete acquittal today. Your Honor, the defense believes there is enough evidence to substantiate our claim. Therefore, we motion this court passes a verdict of not guilty as soon as possible. I'm disappointed in you, Wright. What have you learned this past year? That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it is clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. Fuck. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to close this to the court. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth? This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. Edgeworth, fuck you! What? Fucking love you, but fuck off, Edgeworth. Because this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past? Stop, please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's the second part of the suicide report, the attempted suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of this pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews, the secret of her dependent nature. When other people know about it, scares her more than anything else in the world. Please, please stop. I beg of you. If people find out, I'll... Edgeworth, you ass! You're going to say you would choose death. That is no concern with me. Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I'll pull the truth from your still breathing lips, no matter what I have to do. So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. I'll talk, but please, help me. Edgeworth, how dare you say if you don't care if she commits suicide? Fuck you. No, I agree. Nothing matters anymore. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room, and then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume. After this, now I have no idea who the fuck done it. Stabbed the body with the knife? Why would you do that? Isn't it obvious? Pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all this? It might take the court a little while to understand this, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man, I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? Y'all, I'm so confused. So Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Crota, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with the murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her. My phone's blowing up. What's going on? Nothing super important. Just my friends being dorks. How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. Who done it? Who done it?
Hold it!
But you could tell from the state the room is in, there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down, so I couldn't see his face that well. So I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice.
Hold it!
What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged piece of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made the dash back to Matt's room. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. We gotta press it. I'm like, just zoned out. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. Thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. What's your thought on the killer discretion? Y'all, I have no idea.
Hold it!
So you were the one who stabbed the victim with the knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now, what a horrible thing it did. At the time I couldn't control my own body, it moved on its own. Then when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I use the button, somehow I can make Matt look even more suspicious. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Onguard's hakama. Yes, that's what I had planned to do. Things never go smoothly, do they?
Hold it!
An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. This old bag for ya. I'd already been caught and made it into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again.
Hold it!
You're the one who prepared the costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. So put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear the costume to hold a press conference in it. He's going to disclose Matt's big secret there. What is the secret? That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Ungard's room and planted the button? Into Matt's hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out at the hotel and got rid of it. My word, what does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Ungard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francisca, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, you can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor. The defense still... Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. Cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. You couldn't establish the witness as the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright. But, Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That is all. Court is adjourned for today. Today's trial, it's over, and I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wonder if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about it. Although I don't remember it at the time when you asked me about it, Mr. Wright, I remember just now. I found this in the room one day. The room? That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. It's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Witness, that card, give it to me, hurry. Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This, I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. That card, what in the world is it? What does it mean? It's just a fucking Uno reverse card. Wait. No, the card is important because Maya found the same one in the room she was locked in. Holy shit. That took so long. Okay. I think we're going to, I can start the investigation just a little bit. And then we're not gonna do much of the investigation. We'll do the rest of the investigation on Thursday. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do, guys? Missing Maya! Missing Maya! Man, I was hoping we'd still have Mia, to be honest. There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore. Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. The conditions was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. Not the time, Nightbot! Drink water, Crazy Lube. It's telling you. And he won't because Mr. Ungard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. So why do y'all have a child? This is Maya's cousin. Maya's fucking dead. Maya's not dead. It's fine, guys. Cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going.
You're right. Looks like Maya's in much more pain than I am.
Yes, that's right. So, hey, you guys. Glad I caught you, pal. Hashtag save Maya.
Mr. Scruffy Detective?
She's not dead yet. She dies in Leighton versus Wright. Oh boy. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. She got that plot armor. But we're kind of busy right now. What's up, buddy? So what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? No, I know you're telling the truth. Well, you've been fired, right? Do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that. What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Say what? We'll be searching for things that will prove Mr. Ungard's innocent all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to help you, pal. I've got lots of experience investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all.
Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things.
Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who eat only cheap food, unhealthy foods? That was the first time I ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself.
He said that? That's horrible.
But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. Wonder if it was the truth. I argue that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself. Yeah, Pearl is a real bitch. But I still think there's something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. I mean, about that thing, pal? Why would she want to, almost need to frame Mr. Ungard? I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie per se, just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. But that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe.
That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that.
Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol, pal. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... Why do we care? Look, we may hate her, but we don't want her to die. She's an angry mom. She's not even she's 18. She's a baby. Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. But she'd been done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you going to visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She's a baby given a whip. Yes. She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal.
Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick! I can't say that in the baby voice.
That was so wrong. I need you to clip that. Now I'm definitely not going. Let's see. The name of the hospital. Oh yeah, the Hottie Clinic. Oh no! She's at the Hottie Clinic! She's channeling Freddy. The name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. Well, we've adopted Gumshoe. Hottie's about to die. Yes. I like that we've just adopted Gumshoe now. Okay. Well, where do we want to investigate? Like I said, I don't want to do a whole lot. Let's go see if there's anything for us at the Criminal Affairs Department.
Wow, everybody looks really busy with something or another.
They're probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hey, hurry up with that, will ya? Pass that victims list around. You gotta be kidding, there's over 100 people on here.
Mr. Nick? Is Mr. Ungard really that big and bad of a criminal?
Actually, Pearls, never mind. It sounds like they're working on a different case. From what the guard told me, it sounds like, along with Mr. Ungard, Miss Andrews is also being detained here.
Then we should talk to them since we're here.
Yeah, but both of them are still in questioning.
And we don't have time to waste.
Yeah, visiting hours are almost over. Okay, let's go back to the law office. Go to the clinic. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. Ugh. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? Hi. Wait a second, you're... yes, I'm Director Hottie. Ho 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 ho. Why are you still here? Yes. Yes. I'm saving that. I'm so posting that clip later. Yes. Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes. Director Hottie. Edgeworth. Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Ho ho. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes. What is it? Director Francisca. How's Francisca von Carta? You don't need to worry. Yeah, she's in good hands. Because you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes. Hee 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 hee. Yes, and that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. Looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes, I understand. Her opponent was a gun after all, When I snuck up on her real secret like, she would scream really loud. Yes. I see. Oh, but she's really cute too. When I do that, she whipped me with her whip, That's not a hottie, send it an adult. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes, but I think I could get used to it. Ah! There she is. Go back to your room. You're so mean, So mean, my frisky Friska. That's good too. Ha! Okay, I am. Yes, it's time for my IV drops. Yes. What are those tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Ugh, I know I shouldn't have come here. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. It's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. Ben had full intentions of running the trial this morning.
But that would have been too much for you.
There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. It was the only logical course of action given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. By taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. Ungard, told Miss Andrews not to testify in court today. So when is that meow clip coming out? So I'm saving all these clips, and I'm gonna put them into one long TikTok with like 3 or 4 different clips. That's what I'm doing. But I will definitely post them. My other TikTok got re-uploaded. My appeal went through, so that one's up. The one with the psyche locks. But that meow clip will be added. Now that I have like 3 or 4 clips, I'm gonna put them all into one little video. It's a little clip show of me being hilarious. You told Miss Andrews not to testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. The meow clip and the whip clip is like 1 minute long together. I think the other one I have is only like 2, like heavy, ada. Well, TikTok lets you upload 3-minute videos now. So, and I can always cut them, I can always shorten them and edit it and whatever. So I'm gonna post them. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof I made such a deal? You're denying it? Looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem. Whether she had tampered with the evidence or not, I have only one objective, to find Ungard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means. Miss Von Karma, Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, that Ungard would be found guilty. What does that have to do with me? Because of that, she is now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. Still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person. That's all. But you had to know she was... Ow! I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you'll excuse me.
What's wrong? Why did she suddenly cut you off?
Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... I bet she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Aren't we the ones who needed to be excused? Von Karma does what she wants. Listen, Wright, the courtroom is a garden of judgment. I'm putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry today in court. That's rare of you. Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry. Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. That card. What in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright. This is top secret information. You can absolutely cannot leak this. Special Investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card, a man called Shelley De Killer. And just as his name states, he's a killer, an assassin, the best at that. An assassin? He's making tsundere face. Well, fuck us, yeah. So who's this Shelley De Killer? De Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins.
Long-standing?
The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelley is the professional name of the third heir to the De Killer name. Because his professional name is Shelley, he leaves cards with a shell in them. His habit is making sure to leave the card by the body of his victims.
Why would he do something like that?
We think it's part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves the card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. Also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed on his clients. I see. The killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. Just even honorable assassins can exist. So you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It'd appear that way. De Killer. Very on the nose, ain't it? I know, right? The third heir? Yeah, it's interesting. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Shelley De Killer, huh? I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I'll prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow.
Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth's going to...
Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity.
Mr. Nick?
There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right, listen, you need to know something. Juan Curto was killed by Shelley De Killer. And the client who ordered the job is Matt Ungard, your own client. He had no idea, yet he helped out quite a lot. I know, right? I honestly thought he was on our side the whole time. They said that De Killer showed up first around 100 years ago. Wouldn't it be cool if he was in Grade Ace Attorney? That would be. That's what I was actually thinking. I don't know if he is or isn't, but it would be cool. Please stop. I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you will need this.
What is it?
The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, so we're looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelley De Killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they'll let you enter. The driving permit? In any case, I must attend the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again, if anything should happen. Now you'll excuse me.
Mr. Nick? Do you think Mr. Ungard hired an assassin?
No way. I mean, he doesn't have a psyche lock.
Yeah, I guess not.
Maya, please, all I ask is you make it home safe and sound. I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, but he's just making that up, like how Nick does with everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Great Ace Attorney autosaves. Ugh, I love that. That reminded me to save. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to take a look around. It's perfect for you. There's all sorts of things piled up here, but it's too dark to see. we're gonna do a little bit of this and then we're gonna stop. What's this? I feel like there are a lot of glass bottles here. They feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty. You don't need all that alcohol anyway, Maya. Unlock the door with this card. I should probably go and take a look around. Hey, sorry, I had clients to train. Well, we're almost about to be over, but I'm glad you showed up, buddy. What is this place? I've got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that for later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them to Sis and maybe get out of here. Framed picture sitting on this coffee table. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, "With love, Celeste." Bet this could be a clue. That's weird. It's a figurine doing on the sofa in a place like this. I think it's a bear. Oh, how cute. It's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. It's so dark in here that I can barely see. These kind of feel like videotapes, all of them. So what kind of room is this? Locked, of course. It doesn't look like I can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. Only it's a little skinnier, then maybe to be able to crawl through there. Oh hey, it's a computer. Never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch is on this thing. Drat. There goes my plan to use this to somehow get out of here. What is this thing? An antenna, I guess? And this is a VCR? Sure, a lot of electronic gadgets in here. What's an antenna doing here? Oh, this will simply not do. I cannot have you running around at will. Yeah! It seems that your Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you. He is? For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways, you mean? Dead men tell no tales, is how the saying goes, correct? Dead? I'm almost certain I told you on our first meeting. I am an assassin. No way, you're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. Nick! Mr. Nick? Oh, yes, Pearls? Got caught up in my own thoughts about Maya's situation. Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know. I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. Ungard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going too. Okay. I think that's probably where we're gonna stop. Oh, look at my man. I love how we just adopted him. Also, Von Karma's fine. That's who we were visiting at the hospital. She's alive, even though she got shot. She's good. I sense a disturbance in the horny. We're actually gonna get off here. I'm gonna save right here because I'm tired and hungry. So, let's see if there's anyone we can raid. Anyone? No. Nobody's playing right now. Ugh. Of course, Freddy's getting off. So, yeah, on Thursday, we'll continue. Can I recommend? Sure, go ahead. Any recommendation is fine. Also, goodness, Von Karma's got a serious ara face. Rain Kaiser? Who is that? What do they play? Also playing Ace Attorney. Okay. Let's see. Playing Trials and Tribulations. Okay. So Trials and Tribulations is the next game. But if anyone wants to go watch them, we're gonna go ahead and raid them. So we'll do that in just a moment. But yes, Thursday. Thursday, 7 o'clock. We're gonna continue this, and we should, based on Zeffy's, probably gonna finish this either by Sunday or by Tuesday on next week. So we're really close to the end, depending on how this goes. We'll probably finish it up we're trying to finish it up on Sunday, so we can do it all in one go. But yeah, So I'll see you guys on Thursday, and then by Thursday I should have picked what we're gonna do for Saturday stream. I still haven't figured out what we're gonna do for our fun stream. We might just do something chill, like just I'm gonna play Animal Crossing or something, and we just hang out and chat and just everything. As much as I love my Disney streams, I'm not ready to get back to them yet. I need a break from those, but we'll do something fun. Like, play something out of the ordinary, like Animal Crossing or something. So yeah. I will see you guys on Thursday. Let's go ahead and start this raid for Rain Kaiser, who's playing the next Ace Attorney game. So, go ahead and jump in if you're ready to raid, and we'll go raid them.